I'm surprised that John Fisher spoke, period. I didn't know that he speaks. And yes, we're covering this a lot because how often do teams relocate with a situation like this? This is a real life movie. So the A's owner met with protesters. And yes, the quote that you heard us poking fun at was real. He said, "It's been a lot worse for me than you." Anyway, I just want to let you know, I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate the passion you have shown. Oh my gosh. This is the clown of all clowns. And to say a comment like that could not be further from reality. I'm sorry. This has to stop. He has tarnished a very good brand that actually had really good teams in the past. Okay? Some very successful teams. There are actually A's fans besides in the Bay Area that root for Oakland. Some of them growing up maybe being a McGuire fan in his early days, right? This brand is distraught right now. And I guarantee you, when it goes to Vegas, they will reject it and say, "I'm not rooting for that man." Everybody I know knows who this guy is, which is insane to me. They know who the owner of the team is. This is a daddy money loser, and he continues to lose.
Shouldn't there be more accountability with his fellow constituents? I don't know if I'm using the word constituents, but the fellow owners, don't they get some culpability here? Don't they get a little bit like of the blame? Like if I'm a fellow player and another player is out of line and we're having a players meeting, is it if it's dragging down the view of players, is it my right as a player to be like, "Bro, like, come on, man, like, clean this up"? Like,
yes,
aren't the other owners
100%.
And say he doesn't represent us?
The owners all have their own problems they're dealing with, depending on which owner, other than probably the Rangers right now. But the thing is they're like, we just want this problem to end. They're like, how do we make this go away and get John Fisher out of the news every day? And let's not forget this too. This is the thing that pissed me off about this whole quote. Even if we did some in Oakland and we didn't have a ballpark till 2031. Okay, guess what? This has been going on since like 1998. Like I remember going to Oakland in 1999, and it was awful. Awful. 25 years ago, it was awful, right? Same stuff. Sewage backing up, no cage, nowhere to get. The clubhouse is like the size of an office building. You have to walk through the fans to get to which is fine. Like the dugouts are terrible. You got to run 6 miles to get to your position. The fans are 7 miles away. Now, I'll say this about the Oakland fans that are legit Oakland people and that are A's fans. They are awesome.
They're great.
The ones that are true fans with their drums and their flags, and listen, they deserve better. Okay, the people deserve better than this. And I just can't. But we're still talking. Like, okay, they've been talking about San Jose forever, Portland, right? Now we're going to Vegas. It looks like, but what? I just don't understand why we can't figure out something in the Bay Area. Like, there's so many fans there. It's such a market. And I know Fisher wants out, and I get it. But the other owners, like you said, Kratz, they just want this over with, I feel like. They're like, all right, if we just ship them off to Vegas, it's over. We can move on.
Vegas is giving him hundreds of millions of dollars. If that disappeared, and I've been reading probably too much about the teachers union that's battled them. They lost one court case. They might bring something else up to try and get a public vote. It's pretty complicated and unlikely. But if somehow the public funding went away, I guarantee you they would not be going there. It is purely about money. It has always been about money.
Why doesn't John Fisher build a new stadium in Oakland? He can't. I mean, he's got enough money.
He refuses to do that. Plus, it sets a bad precedent, and that's where everybody comes in, right?
That's where the Kratz owners.
This is the fraternity argument. Hey, there's been a lot of public funding now making the rounds again. Milwaukee, right? And if he puts all of his money, which he would never do anyway, he's the wrong person to be the front runner on that side anyway. If he put all his money in and said, hey, no public money, then what happens at the next city?
Cubs did it. When they redid Wrigley, didn't they? That wasn't publicly funded. Braves, I know they did some public stuff. I know that. I know the Braves did.
Yeah, in Cobb County.
Because there was a big argument with Cobb County and the whole deal.
Yep.
But yeah, you're right. If the city of Las Vegas said, you know what, John, we're not giving you a dime. He'd be like, all right, I'm staying back in Oakland. See you guys.
He has no other options. No city wants him. Like people brought up, I think you brought up Nashville, Kratz. And Nashville doesn't want him. They want their own team. And I think they've got enough on their end already to know that they're going to be a successful city with a baseball team to say, screw you, dude. We get our own team. Like, that's the leverage. We get our own team, or definitely not John Fisher's team, or we don't get a team, right? That's a successful city. That's going to work there. I think everybody knows that. The baseball team's going to work there.
Yeah.
When it gets an expansion franchise.